Hi guys, right here. So for this video here is another Shadow Guild video again. So previously I posted a Chohong video, the Chohong in kind of like the Infinity Run video, and I think a lot of players got inspired by the comp, like using Yuhemi and also Choho, Ryota, and to keep on manipulate the AP push and keep making the turn almost infinity. But you can't really make the boss infinity turn, because if you make it infinity means the run won't stop. So I didn't make a run before like make it infinity, and because you always get 100% AP push for Tetsuya, so the run won't stop at all. So I did that, and then it bleeds like 10 minutes, and then it just did nothing there. The game just lagged and stuck there, and the game crashed. Okay, so for if you want to make a team that actually work, you want to make it like able to almost infinity. So let's say don't always make it to 100% AP push. If you can make it around like 90% to 95% AP push every time Tetsuya takes the action, then it will be the best scenario. Okay, so you can see my current best high score now is 10 billion. 10 billion, okay, but this 10 billion here is very RNG. And also depends on your Tetsuya divinity as well, because now currently my Tetsuya is D3, so I can basically able to pump more damage if I have the divinity, but I don't have at the moment. And I'll go through the team comp with you guys later. So my average here currently is 8 billion. You can see the ratio of the range. This is 7.5, this is 8.2, 7.5 again, then I get a 10 billion here, then another 9.4 billion, then 5.5. You can see the gap is actually pretty high. It really depends on how your RNG goes, and then sometimes 7.8, 9.8 here, 6.1, 8.8. Okay, overall the grind itself is actually going to very smooth. So before I show you the team comp, let me go through with the replay itself. So every time you, for this like Shadow Guild, right, you're not going to manually clear it, and you don't really want to waste your time on it, because every run here, I will tell you, it will take you 30 minutes above to actually run it. Okay, because it takes so many turns and almost not let the boss take any action at all, so it really requires a lot of time. Even when you press blitz, it might actually take 10 minutes or 5 minutes to blitz one run. It's going to be taking very long. So for this team comp here, the moment when the boss go into the battle stage here, then your team here will almost going to get 100% AP push. Look at the AP bar here, the bottom of the AP bar here. The boss doesn't take a turn, not even moving a AP bar here. So how this happened is we are abusing the Ryota D3 for 30% AP push. We are abusing Tetsuya's passive, so whenever the boss take hit, your Tetsuya here will get AP push. Then we have Adrena here for the assist damage and also AP push for the team. So every time Adrena assists, the S1 here will do damage and then will trigger Tetsuya's AP push. So if we make it slow, let's take a look here. Yuhemi do damage to the boss, then Tetsuya will get AP push. Then after Tetsuya takes his turn, he will get AP push and then get AP push by Ryota as well. Elif follow up will also AP push Tetsuya. Yuhemi follow up will also trigger Tetsuya, and not to mention if you have relief set on Ryota, and then Adrena will also assist. So every time your ally actually doing damage to the boss, Tetsuya will always get AP push until 100%. So if we look at here, Tetsuya now is back to 100% AP. Every time he takes his turn, then he will have the AP synergize with Yuhemi, and they will keep on assisting and will try to AP push for Tetsuya. So if you can see now, Tetsuya's AP, another AP push here. Tetsuya AP starts from 60%. Then every time when they assist, they will slowly AP push Tetsuya up because of the pursuit damage from Elif and also from Adrena and also from Yuhemi because of the AP swap thing. And not to mention sometimes the relief set here will trigger Ryota, and then Ryota will relief trigger and make your more damage to the boss, so Tetsuya here can trigger AP push and get another turn. So basically this team here have a very high chance to get an infinity run. Okay, but what is the moment you will actually break the run? Which is when Elif no longer get the attack up buff from Feng Shun. So you do notice that we have a Feng Shun here that does basically nothing but providing you the March Wind. So we put Feng Shun here, every time your ally do something, then they will get a random buff, either crit damage, either speed up or attack up. So as long as your Elif is triggering attack up or crit damage up, and assist with the S3, then your the team here was basically going to be infinity. Okay, but you notice that the boss here will slowly move. So previously it's from at the beginning, now the boss is slowly taking action now, because it's not always going to be infinity. It's not always going to be 100% AP push run. Sometimes it's going to be 90%, sometimes it's going to be 95%, depends on the RNG, so the boss will slowly move. But if you're lucky enough, you might actually keep taking turns before the boss actually even take a turn. Look, so if we put a mouse here, you see the boss is not taking any turn at all for now. Alright, cause if your RNG is good enough, there's a 66% chance you'll always do a 100% AP push run. Okay, so they're still taking the turn. The AP bar is going crazy. The boss is still not taking any action yet. So we are abusing this method, and also every time when Adrena casts S3 to AP push, it will AP push your other teammate, which is like Ryota, which is like Shun and Elif, because they are the unit that can't take any turn at all. So they are relying on the Adrena AP push to slowly push them up for them to take their turn, so they can remove the petal stack on that, because they have 17 stack, they can't remove it unless they take the turn. Okay, look at it, my mouse is still here, the boss is still not taking any turn at all. Alright, so this whole run itself, if I'm gonna stream the whole run, it will take 30 to 40 minutes per run, or even higher, depends on your luck. Okay, so I'm not going to stream this part here because it's going to take too long. But if you look at the damage output wise, Tetsuya will be the one that dealing most of the damage. Then Elif will do part of the damage. Then Yuhemi. Then Adrena. Shun does nothing, basically it's just for the March Wind. Ryota here does barely nothing as well, it's just for the Divinate for the AP push. Alright, so let me go through what should you keep note when you are tuning this team. So this is the team count itself. Alright, so Ryota here have to be R6. Or probably R4, but the Divinate here have to be D3 for the 30% AP push. Then for the Ryota here, you don't have to max skill it, okay? If you can go for the S3 for the additional cooldown reduction, so you can actually give the stealth Esper get additional turn whenever Ryota S3 is back up. Ryota here have to go for relief set and random 2-piece. It doesn't have to go for Avatara, okay? Just mainly is for the relief set and build as fast as possible. Then for Tetsuya here, be level 70, build as high dividend as possible, and focus on DPS. A decent amount of speed, while not going for speed boots, you want to have some speed stats from the substats here. So a mixture of speed, as high attack as possible, decent amount of crit rate. So for the plus 45% is enough, because with 55%, 30% crit rate from Ryota and 15% from elemental advantage, you're gonna get 100% crit rate. So push as high attack as possible and as high crit damage as possible. So if you have D6 Tetsuya, you can push higher attack. It will matter for you when you are tuning for your Elif. Then, Adrena here, just go for Harmony set. If you can, go for more HP, so Adrena can actually do a little bit more damage, but doesn't matter too much, and going for Brawler set, basically your sub DPS and also for your AP push. So Harmony set here, because every time Adrena casts S3, then Adrena is able to give Harmony set for your whole team and also do some AP push as well. Then Elif here, you have to tune. The biggest problem in this team here, I will say, is Elif tuning. So Elif here have to be R6 and then as high dividend as possible, as high level as possible, as many skill up as possible. Then you're going for Thunder set and Brawler set, but you have to build her pretty speedy. Decent amount of crit rate, plus 45% is good. High crit damage, but the attack here relies on your Tetsuya attack. So let's say for my case here, let me open the calculator. Alright, so for my case here, if I want to tune my team here, so let's say my Tetsuya is 6792 plus 2052. So my Tetsuya attack here is 8844. And your Tetsuya here must always maintain the highest attack. So if my Tetsuya base attack is 8844, you must ensure that your Elif here, after adding the attack, it must not overcome Tetsuya. From what you are looking at now, is 3254 plus 1536 is this amount. Okay, but this amount here, you have to know that Elif have a lion stance here that gives her another additional attack plus 40%. So you have to times 40% first, and this is the attack you get. and then you plus the original attack you have, which is 4790. So this is the amount of attack Elif going to have when she goes into the battle. 6706 is lower than the Tetsuya attack, right? But the problem is Elif might actually get attack up buff, and the attack up buff might actually be a longer period than Tetsuya because Elif don't take any action, which means the attack up buff will always remain on Elif, while Tetsuya here will keep taking turns. So sometimes Tetsuya might actually wear out of the attack up buff. So if you want to tune, you want to ensure that after Elif have this attack 6706 multiplied by another 40% plus the previous attack buff, which is after the 40% buff from the lion stance here, your attack here must not higher than Tetsuya. So for my case here, you will notice that Elif, if Elif have all the attack above, is higher than my Tetsuya, which is not the ideal min-maxing situation you want to go for. But why am I still maintaining this setup currently? Because if my Tetsuya actually go for D6, then I will overcome this problem that I can push higher score. So for now, I will just tune whatever that actually helps me for now, but I'm not going for min-maxing. So if you are a D6 Tetsuya player, you are trying to min-maxing now, then you have to calculate the Elif attack stats after the 40% of lion stance, and then you total up, and then times another 40% of the attack up buff, then this is the final attack your Elif might actually get. If you can, make the Elif attack lower than Tetsuya, so it will have a better synergize of the loop. Okay, but for my case now, Elif is 9388 if Elif have the attack up buff, and while Tetsuya don't have, because Tetsuya now is only 8884. 8844. So if Tetsuya have the attack up buff, it will actually overpass the Elif. But if Tetsuya don't have the attack up buff, then Elif will overpass Tetsuya. So that's the main maxing part you want to tune for. Alright, so don't make Elif higher than Tetsuya at this period, which is after the attack stats add together, and after the 40% here, you must not overpass Tetsuya. If you're higher than Tetsuya at the lion stance state already, then it will not work, which is this part here. Alright, 4790, which is the current attack stats Elif have, times 40%, you gain another 1900. Say when you add on it, this attack here must not overpass Tetsuya. This is the base concept. If you overpass, then it will not work. So if this part here don't overpass, then overall it will work, unless you want to min-maxing even after the attack buff will not overpass Tetsuya. Okay. Then for function here, just build as fast as possible. Just slot in everything with speed, cause function here can't do anything. But you want function to actually take his turn, so he can remove the stack or the battle stack faster, so you can get higher multiplier. Right, so just build function very fast and just let him be stoned there. Then you hit me here just without any speed and build as high DPS as possible while maintaining at nether set, because you want to lifesteal. Okay, so this is the team concept here. The few things you want to keep note, which is Elif have to be R6, attack have to be lower than Tetsuya. Tetsuya here doesn't have to be R6, R4 here will work, but Tetsuya have to be as high DPS as possible. Adrena here, everyone have it, just build harmonic set and some DPS. Ryota here have to be R6 D3 for the additional extra turn, and also for the AP push. Then for Yuhimi here have to be R6 for the AP swapping with Tetsuya, because Tetsuya is going to be the highest attack. Then function here going for as fast speed as possible. The Rezo here doesn't matter for function. Then you're going for speed leader, because you want them to try to be as infinity as possible. Right, so this for the team comp. Currently, if you look at the Shadow Guild high score, I'm not the highest score. That's other player that have better min-maxing, right? Tony the Tiger here have 9.1 average. I have 8.1. Okay, you can also go take a look at his speed tune. You can look at other player now. There's also other player. Ice is the one that introduced me this team comp. Alright, so you can see there's other player already trying to use this comp. So if you can go try out this comp as well. It's actually very amazing. And I do notice that Shadow Glow also have the Shark in action. Alright, so I might actually want to go tune for the Shark team comp as well. And yeah, I think Tetsuya and Ryota's value actually going to shine more and more after we actually discover the synergize. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you can, feel free to comment down what you guys think about it or what you're going to try for, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Trencan, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwaltz, Rimu, Chani, Antonio Winterspoon, First Law, D&D, thank you so much for your support. And special thanks to the Super Thanks MVP, HMZ Riggs, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest tag. Thank you so much for Code Wilderness, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chani. Thank you so much for your support.